Cool. So we're gonna watch this real quick. Because I haven't actually I haven't actually watched it fully. So behind the ships, Greycat MTC. Let's go.
MTC is a military ground vehicle.
And it edges on the side of high-tech, but it's still that industrial vibe.
It's
Underside
like a
armor.
clenched fist, compact, solid, and battle-ready.
2 size 2s.
It's massive wide body,
yeah.
big tires, and huge
So that's from the sneak peek we got, what, 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks? No. Like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Last week's sneak peek ended up being one of the braces for the new Guardian MX thruster. 2 weeks ago, I think, was this, and then 3 weeks ago was the missile turret for the Asgard. Because we now know that we are officially getting interchangeable turrets, which I'm kind of here for. I just hope they're not uber expensive in game. Smoked, what's up? Probably. Patch today? Probably. They considered the G12 and ran with the money. No, yeah. Interchangeable turrets. So I don't know if it'll apply to, say, the MTC specifically, but if you rewatch, or maybe it's the first time, watch the Alpha 411 patch video from last Thursday, you will see multiple instances of the new Anvil Asgard with a different type of turret on the top. Initially, you see a missile turret, and then a little bit later on in the video, you see a gun turret. So, and then with the rest of that video, you see some like missile turrets or what have you sitting there. And we can watch it again a little bit later. I have no issue with that. But you'll see multiple different variations of turrets. So we're getting interchangeable turrets. The Asgard is going to have the ability, I don't know what it's going to come stock with right this second, but Asgard, you're going to be able to put, at least on top, either a missile turret or a gun turret. We know that's coming. So we now know officially that we're getting multiple different turret variants that we can more than likely purchase in-game or salvage. We all know I like salvaging guns. Turrets in-game and things like that we can swap on and off from the platforms on other ships. Yeah, smoked. I mean, live servers have been up and running without any type of restart or hotfix for 3 weeks now. So it's, unfortunately, the year of stability and playability really only lasts for like the first 2 weeks since the server restart. But anyways, back to the Greycat MTC.
It's massive wide body, big tires, and huge bars at the front. Just means that if this thing is driving towards you, you want to get out the way.
Hold on.
It allows you to bring more weapons to help people on the battlefield.
There are
you can
two
never have too
variants
much
to this.
firepower, and the MTC allows for that.
Yeah, okay.
It's designed for easy maintenance, yet when you look at it, it looks really put together and refined. One thing that was really important to us is making sure that you guys had access to things without entering the vehicle, so you can do a quick drive-by, pick up and go. So we put some personal storage on the outside, and we have a big cargo rack on the back. And the side door is a new design based on this kind of chassis of vehicle where it has a really low form factor. You'll see when it opens, the door slides along the rail, and that means that when it's fully deployed, it actually sits further back than the tire, allowing you to fit it in more ships.
4 geoboxes? Yeah, that's a good point.
The MTC has 2 size 2 guns on the top. It can be controlled by the pilot or...
So 2 size 2s on the top. Ursa's come with what? 2 size 1s? So theoretically, this is an Ursa killer.
It can be controlled by the remote turret seat.
So that's obviously a max lift. Is that a railgun? Pyro tool, med gun. I can't can't see. Not enough light right here. You got a jump seat. Like it.
This allows that second player can come in controlling the turret, and then when needs to enter the battlefield, the pilot can then resume control of the turrets for backup.
In first look, you see very simple design, but telling a story. It has 3 weapon rack. One of them.
Oh, so that was a P8. Oh, that's a P8. That's an AO3. Oh, I love nurses. I don't have one. Doc has one. I don't have one. That's an S38. Can't tell what that is.
One of them is between 2 suit lockers for a heavy weapon.
Exactly.
Others for regular weapons.
Yeah.
There is 4 component bay and 2 suit locker.
In the design of the cockpit, I try to make a balance between something cool and fancy and something strong and aggressive. I think we did it.
The MTC
Kept that
matches
LTI.
similar speeds of, say, the Ursa. But its improved handling characteristics is going to allow it to traverse, say, Daymar a lot better than the rest of the field.
Yes, but ground vehicles are inherently dangerous because they have built-in hydraulics, and the slightest rock will make the vehicles go boom. Like, I want ground vehicles to be great because I'd love to get in a ground vehicle, like ground vehicle and a ship, land, like, you know, 20 kilometers outside of the hot zone, hop in the ground vehicle and just go without having to worry of either A, falling through the planet or moon, and B, hitting an invisible rock and the vehicle go boom, because those are things that are not rare and still happen in the game. Ugh.
It's slightly shorter than the Ursa, and it's also a lot more tanky with it being a military-style vehicle.
And it's going to have
On the
armor
inside,
eventually.
you can carry a lot more weapons. It doesn't carry as many people as the Ursa, but like always, trade-offs.
This vehicle's for people who want to be the hero. Everything's going wrong, they're on a ground mission, and your ground troops need support. Over the horizon, they see this thing just come flying in, huge headlights lighting up the entire field of battle, and you're running towards it, and your enemies are running away from it.
We'll agree to disagree, but okay. All right. Like, don't get me wrong. I want one only because I want ground vehicles to be better. I just don't want to get into a ground vehicle and sit here and just clench my butt cheeks because I'm like, I'm probably going to die at any point in time because reasons. I mean, more than likely, you know, in terms of buying it in game, it won't be there. We won't, if they keep with the same norm, we won't see it in game to purchase till the patch that comes at the end of September at the earliest. So I wanted to see. So that's that one. I swear there's two. It's probably a placebo effect. I swear there's 2 different versions of this.
MTC is a military ground vehicle.
Or maybe this is why I think there's 2 different versions, because the lighting here changes the visual dynamic of it. Oh, by the way, the MTC has armor plates that come out on the sides of the window.
Vehicle.
You
And it
see
edges
it.
on the side of high tech, but it's still that in.
So it'll have expanded armor on the bottom. I mean, that's blast protection. That's exactly what you see.
Industrial vibe.
I mean, it's Greycat, so it's going to have an industrial vibe, but, you know, Greycat, you know, in the lore is expanding into military, you know, personnel vehicles, so MPVs.
It's like a clinched fist, compact, solid, and battle ready.
It's massive wide body, big tires, and huge bars.
Stock paint's not bad, but if what I've read about the paints coming with Invictus, just give me a black paint for everything. Like seriously, if you just had the artist just make a black paint, matte black paint, maybe with some red trim for every ship in the game for the most part. I've said this before. If they did like a pick your paints type thing and everything was like matte black with red trimming, and they'd be like, hey, you can get 10 paints for $80 and you can pick the ships that you want to paint for, I would do that in a heartbeat.
At the front just means that if this thing is driving towards you, you want to get out the way.
It allows you to bring more weapons to help people on the battlefield. You can never have too
getting
much
in the ship is just as
firepower,
dangerous as the
MTC
ship
allows
as
that.
the ground vehicles as it is coming at you. But okay.
It's designed for easy maintenance, yet when you look at it, it looks really put together and refined. One thing that was really important to us is making sure that you guys had access to things without entering the vehicle, so you can do a quick drive-by, pick up and go. So we put some personal storage
Same
on
thought
the
process
outside,
they had with the
and we have
Guardian.
a big cargo rack on the back. And the side door is a new design based on this kind of chassis of vehicle where it has a really low form factor. You'll see when it opens, the door slides along the rail, and that means
show me
when
the
it's fully deployed,
show me the
it
armor
actually
plates on the
sits
windows again.
further back than the tire, allowing you to fit it in more ships.
That's Corsair.
The MTC has two size 2
Come
on
on.
the top.
Show me.
It can be controlled by the pilot, or secondary, it can be controlled by the remote turret seat in the rear. This allows that second player can come in controlling the turret, and then when needs to enter the battlefield, the pilot can then resume control.
Such a small backpack he's carrying. Come on.
In first look, you see very simple design, but telling a story.
It's a brush
It
drift.
has 3 weapon rack. One of them is between 2 suit lockers for a
There's 2 weapon racks. So officially, the Greycat MTC can carry more weaponry on board. Not talking about the personal storage, but more weaponry in racks than any Constellation ship. Okay.
for a heavy weapon, others for regular weapons. There is 4 component bay and 2 suit locker.
In the design
Maybe
of the
eventually we'll get suit
cockpit,
lockers.
I try to make a balance between something strong and
Wait for it. There it is. There they are. I knew they were there somewhere. You look in the upper right-hand corner in that window, the armor plate comes up. Right there.
I think we
Right on.
did
I mean, just from a design standpoint,
fancy and
like, this is cool to me. Somebody who doesn't have really an ounce of artisticness in them. This is cool to me. But yeah.
something strong.
Is going to allow it.
Vehicles for people.
Now this kind of seems fun to me just because like I very much enjoy going and raiding logistics depots. Very much so. In fact, that's probably something we're going to end up doing today, at least once. But
Like always, trade-offs.
grabbing a couple of these and hot
These
dropping
vehicles
in
for
front of a
people
logistics
who
depot
want to be the hero. Everything's
and
going
just
wrong.
rolling in.
They're on a ground mission.
You gotta
and
make sure you're in
the
one where
ground
there's
troops
bad
need
guys out
support.
front, not actual civilians
Over
in
the
cars,
horizon,
otherwise
they see
crime
this
stab.
thing
But
just
you
come
know,
flying in, huge headlights lighting up the entire field of battle, and you're running towards it, and your enemies are running away from it.
I mean, one of the other reasons why I like this is, my truck is a Ford Tremor. I love my truck. I got bigger, beefier tires on it. It's built for off-road. Winch in the front, whole 9 yards. I love my truck. But that being said, I like the video. I'll do that. So yeah, Greycat MTC. I'm looking forward to it. I need ground vehicles in general to be in a better place.